both teams, Sage on both teams. This is Bind, of course, so a Raze on both teams as well. Brimstone and Sovas.
Yeah, absolute just mirror matchup right now, and I think this is pretty much how you play it out. I do see, of course, we were talking about it yesterday, a bit more Phoenixes here on Bind, just with the way he interacts with the teleporters, but not surprised at all with the Sova to come out. I mean, I feel like that was very default kind of composition during the beta, like Sova and Cypher just main anchoring over at the B site by himself. Now it looks like Mixup are getting ready for this push on to the A site now.
Taking their time here. And there's a little bit of nonsense to keep Incredible inside of U-Haul, so he won't be able to get involved. Smoke out off of all the way up top. And it's not a stage wall, but all things equal, everything's kind of safe here. The spike going to be planted real quick, and one comes around the corner, two comes around the corner, three comes around the corner, and all three of them are underground. Beautiful play by Incredible. Just that, when people yell at you about crosshair placement, that's what they mean.
Yeah. I don't even know if you can categorize that as a retake. They just walked right into his crosshairs, and that's what people mean, right? When you walk into their crosshairs, like he just held it, and that's crosshair place. I wish there was more that we can break down there.
Yeah, no, but I mean that's the beauty of it. I say often about tack shooters. I might have mentioned this yesterday. Like the beauty. I always use basketball as the example, right? We can talk about like the intricate slip screens and plays and how you're going to leverage your 5 versus your 2, or you can watch some guy jump over another guy, and there's no analysis for when LeBron James exists. And that's what we see here. There's no analysis for that. It just looked really cool. He shot all 3 guys just like that. And we start the game off with a 1-0. Hookah going to be a stall point here.
Yeah, Mixup running a heavy default and just trying to get any kind of information here. And I'm not a big fan of that, especially on these eco rounds.
It's going to be tough. I don't know. If they win, I'm a fan. If they're not, I'm not. Perfect caster situation. They're reassessing the B site, now looking for A. Physic has information, hides behind the box. This player behind the corner doesn't know Physic is here, but Physic knows that. Well, that's the end of that. Eyes in the sky. Nobody at showers. Nice shot from Mello coming around the left side. 2 for him. Smoke's going to stop the right side transition. And there's another one. The 4th. This is bad. This is bad. Oh, no. Mello needs help. But the enemy team needs more of it. Solely going to smoke off there. And Thief jumps in. And Thief finds another one. Oh, my goodness. That was incredible from Thief.
Yeah, those peak shots were really nice. But way to hold it down. Coming up from Waiter French. And, if it weren't for that triple kill, it could have honestly gone Mixup's way. So, Waiter French almost losing that anti-eco, but now here's, of course, where a lot of teams kind of run into a brick wall. When they have to kind of carry over those SMGs into the full rifle rounds, how do they actually deal with it? Mixup will have, of course, all the Vandals down the line, while currently on Waiter French, there's still one person playing with the pistol. I believe that was a Sage player.
Interesting choice. Because if you're still staying with a pistol, that means that you're thinking about an op later on. Sage usually doesn't like to play with the op in case they lose the trade.
Oh, I think last second might have gotten bought.
Okay, word. Stellar here, throwing some shots down long B. The rest of the team, though, spread out. B is a loose commit, but not a full commit by any stretch of the imagination. It's one player lingering around mid and the other all the way on the A side.
Yeah.
We picked up.
Cypher mirror matchup over at the A side. That is kind of odd, I would say. But I do like how Waiter French just tried to do the 4-stack over at B. It's unfortunate they already lost one as the rotate comes out from Mixup. They're heading on over to the A site now.
Nice look. They spent a lot of time and energy over at that B site, and nobody's rotating away from it. So you see it? The Brimstone is still going to create noise here, thinking that B is still the site, but A is the real hit. Melio, on the other hand, is going to start things off. Long-range kill onto Physic. 3 players from Way to French still on the B site. A site's the push, and the rotation from defense finally starts after the spike has been planted. That was a beautiful play from Mixup.
Yeah, that was a great fake coming out from that Brimstone, like you had mentioned. All throughout the way to French were just clearing every single angle because they have to play that way. When you have labs and your CT spawn smoked off, you have to check every single angle. And that's going to be Mixup taking that first round. They played that masterfully. They got the first pick over at B. They sell the fake. And then they just rush onto the A site. That was just well played from Mixup.
That's how you get those wins on the attacker side, without a doubt. I mean, you got to come in swinging like that and find real strategy. We understand that the attacker side on all 4 of the maps out right now for Valorant is the more difficult side. We get that, we know that, and we've processed it. So when you know, everybody's rooting for a 12-0, but it's not going to happen. 6-6 is usually what teams root for. So you got to have all the gas in the tank when you look for these offensive pushes.
That was a very valuable recon drone coming out, but there we go. The pushes are going to be shut down on this anti-eco for Mixup. They played that well. They understood that maybe something fishy was going to go on as Way Too French did try to go for very aggressive plays, and wow, actually being able to secure that Vandal is coming up for them now. It's down to a 1v2. We'll see what Mill can do.
Spike down. How long is the spike fuse exactly?
30 seconds?
About 20 left. Good information here from Mill. 1 in the right cubby, nowhere else to be seen. Trying to figure out how to approach this one. Fires a shot off to the left to try and lure the player, but out there on the angle. Attackers are able to take this one, tied at 2. One op in the hands of Mill.
This is a nice spot.
A whole bunch of AKs, Vandals here for Mixup. I like that approach. Okay, the op is going to be going to stick with it. In general, playing offensive op on Bind is really tough unless you're going B. I find that this angle for the op, I'd rather have an assault rifle. The other side of A, rather have an assault rifle. This right here is the only angle I really like the op for.
Yeah, small thing that Way Too French did there. They sold back the operator so that someone else could buy it for him, so that he can buy more utility into that round. So, work as a team. Even your economy is part of the teamwork, guys.
Without a doubt. B site. More interesting to mix up than A this time around. 2 players on D over there, so it's going to be a 5-on-3. Spike carrier goes down. Way Too French's use looks real good there with the double une. Rez is well. An Incredible gets involved. Should be 1 player remaining, and it is a Raze player. Mixup is getting pinched here at the B site. Bang! Puts it in. Defenders take it 3-2.
Yeah, that was a great round for Way Too French. Now we have to remember that was the first full official rifle round coming out, and so it's a bit more indicative of how things play out. Mixup, despite getting those last 2 rounds, they just really weren't able to capitalize on that, and can't even break it down to the operator. It was just well placed, good placement coming out from Hughes, and then of course Way Too French just being able to close that out without taking too many losses.
I'm hoping not to take too many losses this time. The Marshall through bathrooms, the dangerous angle, but Mill's gonna miss the first shot. Wants to see how many teammates are in there. Tosses a shock dart. Recon dart going to be taken care of, but Sova grabs 1 with the ultimate. That's a 5-on-4. Smoked out. Can't find the angle with the sniper. And Melio now. Trying to find the information. Damage with a shock dart is enough to take down Physic, but a return kill from Stellar and another one from Thief. It's a 2-on-3 way to French with the advantage here. Spike planted. They're looking for the retake, Jay.
Ooh, a Proto finding one more, backs off onto U-Haul. He does get chased down, so now it's the 1v2 as they're going to go for that res.
Use coming up huge. Well played. Another res, another kill, and another defuse here. Number 4 for way too French. They're going to give Use the kill credit.
Yeah, after having just, of course, used that ultimate, they want to try and build it up as quickly as possible. We're halfway through the round right now. Small things like that do build up. Yep. Going for that eco res is massive, just because they need to continue to build up a lead. And one of the best ways to do that, of course, is economically. And so having that extra gun saved, having the extra utility saved by the end of the round could be a huge difference maker 1 round, 2 rounds from now.
That's the idea. All the little things come together, and I mean, a game about micro angles, right? Crosshair placement, the small things. Every dollar counts. They're credits, aren't they?
All the small things, yeah.
You know, true care, truth brings.
There we go.
Hopping. Taking down last round's MVP. Big ultimate coming out from Incredible. And it's going to be a 2 for him. Just like that. Stellar answers back. And it's a 2-on-2. Sova and Cypher. Both info guys. What's the Valorant term for that?
I'm not too sure.
Like we have duelist, right? Duelist is the... Yeah.
Oh, no. Recon? No. That's,
yeah, Recon.
Is it Recon? That's like too black, like... To Call of Duty or something. I don't know.
It sounds good. From the backside. Oh, he's going to get fancy. 1-on-1. Recon Bolt destroyed. Thought he was looking for the kill with the shock dart. Because of that, actually, not a clean kill.
He's got the ultimate.
Easy peasy. And that's that.
Way Too French are just doing a really good job of using their ultimates when they need to. And getting really great value. Right there. One of the few times where, you know, on the retake, you don't get to use it as often, but there it is. He's able to figure out where that last person is and just secures that round, no problem whatsoever. And I believe it was at the beginning of this round where Incredible had the 2-piece with his orbital strike. And so Way Too French are getting so much value off of it right now. That's putting them up to a 5-2 lead up against Mixup.
Mixup now feeling it. They got a whole bunch of deputies on their side. So, long-range pistols abound. Mixup gonna try and just play for the picks. This is generally what you expect when we see the Sheriff rounds. Sova ult is big, and I honestly wish this was more of a part of a coordinated effort. Sova's gonna clear one specific angle, and it's going to open this site up for Mixup real quick. Great Brimstone smokes, and from the backside comes Mill with the sniper. One down. Melio takes it from the left-hand side. Shock Dart will take damage, knowing he's getting pushed. Tries to shoot through the wall, can't find it. 3 HP in a dream. Players coming on through. Big ultimate coming out from Raze, won't be able to find it. Here comes Nano and the drone. And the other side. Incredible with the flank. And Mixup gets put down again.
Yeah, again, right there, Way Too French are just doing a really great job utilizing their ultimates to minimize the risk to themselves. We got to see the showstopper being used to try and clear out U-Haul. Did pick up one from there. And so great job on that anti-eco securing that round. But, you know, it was an anti-eco. Did they need to commit that much into it? When sheriffs are in play, I think probably... Right, because a sheriff can absolutely turn around around.
Right, and I'm 100% here for that. That Sova ult, I think, needed to be less of a kill the guy in this angle and let me hit all 3 angles and get the information where they're at. You have the Sheriffs utilize the long-range one-tap capability. Op shot missed. Not the case for Mixup. Now they come in 4 rounds down, the 9th in our contest. An Incredible, who's been, well, incredible. Has got the close range angle here at A main.
Yeah, Mixup have pushed up to bathrooms or showers now, and it looks like with the rotations, it is going to be a take onto the A site.
2 players still locked at B on defense, and 1 making the rotation. There's Incredible putting down the spike carrier, but it's just a 1-for-1. Physic gonna toss some nonsense as well into the middle, but it's a bloodbath elsewhere. 3-on-2, Mixup only have 1 left as Mill with the double kill and can't find the triple, but the teammates are there to help out, and it's used after a close call. Double kill for a Proto.
Yeah, things could have gone a little bit better for Way to French, but that orbital strike really caught out their Cypher player on the A sites. It actually landed right on top of him while he was on camera. So you saw that Incredible didn't have that extra backup when they were starting to push short A. But it was still a good recovery from Way to French. Proto did bring it a little bit closer in that round. But again, every single player from Way Too French has been really contributing and been a major factor in a lot of these round wins. Use the Sage player, definitely one of them as well.
This time around, it's going to be Hookah. 2 players pushing here. A light push again. Look at the way Way Too French are set up. They have sniffed out that it's a B. They've guessed that it is a B push. I know that they have 3 players on the A site, but they're very close to the teleporter and are going to be able to come right back around.
Yeah, I mean, this is of course having the Cypher and the Sage on site. They're the ones that can hold it down. Oh, from long range, the Sova ults almost hits. Doesn't get a 2-piece. It gets 1.
Problem for Mixup, the lone Cypher. And again, going to be able to get pinched walking towards Nano. And just like that, 10 rounds in, Way to French have 80% of them. Mixup trying to stretch this one out. 2 more wins for Mixup before the half would still not be great. But the 10-2 stop is usually a very, very 10-2 is very hard to come back from.
Oh, definitely. There are some things that are insurmountable, and 10-2 is nearly one of those things. At this point, Way Too French, their defense has been absolutely stalwart here. Interesting to go through that port to try and catch out any kind of cheeky plays coming out from the mill. Now stuck, possibly.
Oh, damn.
So they're just going to have to wall him off to get him safe. But no! Oh, the paint shell's right inside the teleporter room. He goes down.
You're just staring at him. You're like, no, please. And there's no directional change, right? Like in Counter-Strike, if you look away, you know what I mean? There's no directional change there. You just take straight up the damage. So dead of the door now. 4-on-4. Mixup are pushing through Hookah to a B site defended by 2 players. Physic and Sage going to reveal their location. Both players on the left-hand side. Nano jumps in, and Nano's going to grab 2, and there's the 2 dead. Mixup have a free site to themselves, at least until the rotations come on by. Way Too French represented by 2 players. Mixup, on the other hand, 3 to defend the retake.
And they heard both teleports as well, so they know they're coming from Hookah at this point. Now here comes the drone from Physics just to secure this information as they're taking their time. Okay, so bomb is actually 45 seconds. I don't know why I thought it was shorter. But he's rotating now over to long to try and change up the angle just a little bit.
One player in the back right corner, one player right behind the metal, and one player on the left side, and 2 of those players grabbed and makes up 8-3. One last round before the swap as the game tells us. One last round before the swap. And Mixup again, finding this fourth round, I think, is imperative. I think this is absolutely the way to go. You switch, because put it this way: Mixup takes this, it's 8-4. It's 8-4. That still looks dismal. You start off, you win the pistol round, and the next one, all of a sudden, it's 8-6, and that's totally copacetic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you gotta find this round though, and with the way they played last time, I think they can, Jay.
Despite that last round loss, though. Ooh. Okay, that's a great start. Here's the res, though. Bring him right back in, and they have to wall that off. Slowed as they try to punish this, but now they slow themselves. Showstopper misses from a proto, and he'll go down to Nano.
Oh, Mixup coming up just like a hair short. An almost play from the Rays. An almost rush up long. But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And frankly, Rays is all out. So Mixup going to change things up. Go for the Mixup. And fake low punch, hit high punch. And the spike's planted at a site. 3 rotators from Way to French are going to make their way up from the backside. And there they are. Nano's able to grab one. Here's the ult. Into U-Haul. Won't find anyone. And gets taken out after the fact. But uses their double peek. So it's 2 players left to retake.
Wondering if they still have their wall. No, they do not. They do have the heal at the very least to try and go for it. And once again, they're going to use that Cypher ultimate to get the info. Hoppin hits 2, though.
Big plays. Here's Sova. Physic. Grab the kill. And only 1 remains. It's Sage. Hoppin. But they don't have time. No. Beep, beep, beep. And the attackers take it. Easy way. Golly. 8-4. So will it work out? Can they find this pistol round?
I do not know. Well, so last time it was Way Too French that was able to pick up the pistol round. But really, what happened in that pistol round, right? It was post-plant positions, and they just ended up walking into U-Haul and just like getting 3 domed in a row. So yeah, you know what? It's hard. It's too hard to call this pistol. I think Mixup kind of gifted that one over to Way to French last time.
Okay, really important tactical question. You see the knife the player just had, the new blue one.
Oh, it's definitely pay to win.
Best knife?
It's definitely pay to win.
That's the best one, right?
Yeah.
Like the hatchet. I'm upset I missed the hatchet, but the like elf sword, the World of Warcraft dagger. Nah, man, not it. This one, I'm down. I wonder if he can get a kill with it. We've had 1 knife in our fight nights. It's real fun. 2 weeks ago. Way to French going to be looking for the B site. That said, the spike is 2 players strong towards A. Way to French are going to look for the full commit without the ring. And then they're going to go to A and plant the spike. But Mixup aren't going to have it. Mixup aren't going to have it. They see through the plan. 2 players come back to A site, and everybody thinks they're safe on there. Thief and Physic are able to take down the 2 players. Incred coming from main. And finds the shot from a distance. Hop in though. 2 players versus the Nun. And just like that, Way to French are losing. Mixup make it 8-5.
Yeah, that's why on this map you always have someone holding it down, and I believe it was a proto for Mixup, who was holding it down over at the Ace site. I was playing over by U-Haul and then kind of lurked on over to Double Box while the second player was kind of hovering around a defender spawn to see if he really needs to commit to a B site rotate. But Proto being able to stay there, getting that information, and kind of keeping them level-headed, and basically in the information game, really allowed them to get that one. But of course, it also came down just to the aim of hopping there towards the end.
Tough stuff. But Mixup are on their way back into it. Submachine guns here for Mixup. Normally, I disagree with this, but I don't think they have the rounds to play with. Nice shots coming out. Nice shots coming out. And I can't say it a third time. You know what? I will. Nice shots coming out. Hoppin with the triple kill. Nice plays there. That was not the same thing as the walk into the crosshair round that we saw last half. But that's the action version of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good effort from Waiter French to at least try to get the trade. But again, you know, it's that massive rate of fire difference, pistols versus the SMGs. SMG still gets out, you know, almost more bullets than 3 pistols combined. But a proto really, I think with this Marshall buy helped them out a lot. And so again, this time around, this is a kind of a weird split. They have 2 over at the B site currently, while 3 are making their way over to up short. But nice peek by Stellar at long, gets that first kill onto Melio.
Yeah, that one's going to look fantastic. A site, the all-in push. Spike going to be planted. Gets it down before the orbital strike. It even gets on out of there. Sage will heal him on up. 4 players left to defend the retake by all 5 of Mixup. Recon Bolt destroyed, the information given, but the life taken away. Use Nano. And a third for Nano as well. 1 player up, and Nano goes down. 2-1. And a Proto fakes the defuse. 1 player right on there, and it's attackers with number 9.
Yeah, I don't know what is in the water, but right now, it seems like this offensive side really doing much better so far. But here we go, 9-6. That's one way to bring it back for Mixup, especially after a pretty rough start.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Let's go, keep it up.
A rough start indeed. The bounce back, however, is where we're looking.
Thom Badinger out.
I'm trying to think back to those earlier rounds specifically and try to evaluate just how harshly Mixup got trounced. Because the prowess is there. And that's what I was worried about with Way Too French, was that maybe they were just too good. But Mixup has stepped it up here. Seems to have warmed up, if you will. And nice the rise there from Hughes.
I don't know what it was. It was like 2 submarines kind of like, you know, like emerging and like cracking through the ice. And then, I don't know, they're like, fire all torpedoes. And yeah, it's just something about that entire like sequence of events.
Going up. The mirror matchup comes into play there as Way Too French hits double digits. 16
like,
in the pocket.
What can I break down there? It's like, oh yeah, he started his wall boost like a half second sooner, right? So he had the angle a little, like he saw the top of her head first, like.
Insane. Here we have another B push. This time a little bit more committal. Last time around, not the case so much. So excited to kind of see where this one winds up, as Way Too French seem much more aggressive than they have been. Still coming on through with the owl drone. Mixup, nobody here to get the letter from Hogwarts. And so Way Too French gonna slowly push on in. No information given to them. Well done by Mixup to hide from the bot. There's a nade on the ground. 1 coming through hookah will get shot down. 3 players, 4 players get kills on Way Too French. And there's the 5th. Nano is anything but. He is Giga here in this game. I mean, crushing it. 15, 11, and 8. Outdone only by Incredible, who has, I think, gotten a multi-kill every round.
Very nearly. And that's one of the more, like, that was more of the characteristic rounds that we were seeing from Way Too French on their defensive side. where they were just absolutely shutting down Mixup. And despite, maybe having not the best information, right? They sent out that the drone. There were 2 players in hookah, but they got out of the drone just a split second before they could secure that information that maybe someone's in hookah. So they played that a little bit awkwardly with given wrong information, but still were able to recover off of that and get a very, very stunning victory. So now they're 2 rounds away from taking this map.
Laughing, watching the Brimstone hop over the little boom bot, the raise bot. Cute. Less cute is the pit of fire thrown towards A main. Location revealed as a recon dart looks good against Mixup, but Mixup are the first one to fall. 1 trade quickly, and it's a 4-on-4. Way to French, gonna fall on back. And Cypher will catch out the rotation. So Mixup going to be making the same rotation. And a nice res from Hughes makes this a 4-on-4 one more time.
Yeah, they have plenty of rounds to work with here, so why not just go for that res currently? There's still an opportunity for them to take this. A Proto. There we go. Finds one.
Out of charges.
Oh, here comes everyone. Thief is in a good spot, but will he get 1 or 2? None! Ha
Satchel out.
Nice knowing you. Nano shows up and does exactly the right thing. Now walking onto the site. Long range is good, and a Proto grabs 3 in the round. Physic with an assist from a distance. And Mixup finished that one off with 3 players alive. And a convenient round as they're able to keep their guns up. Physic, most importantly, with the op. 7-11, Mixup on the downside, starting to come back.
Yeah, that was such a heavy investment into that. And with how fast and furious that execute came, you thought, people would be on site, but that just wasn't the case. They were all still lingering over by showers, over by A short. I'm not entirely too sure what the go button was for them at that point. When you've got all these angles cleared out, when you've got U-Haul cleared out, when you smoked off CT, where's the push?
Good question. Good question. Answers? Not here. Oh, the cyber cage falls. I know exactly. And it's a bloodbath in the octagon. 2 for 2. And now we've got a good old-fashioned joust. Physic's able to cut down the hatless Cypher. And now it's a 2-on-2 after Nano's big showstopper. Ultimate coming out from Brimstone. And it's all good. The op traded for the assault rifle, as players are going to be a bit more mobile here, as we see a full-on rotation, 45 on the clock.
Double rotate. Port again. It's going to happen. No! Oh, they took such a long route that, yep, they're already set up for the post plant. Now it's a 1v2.
Oof.
0v2.
And what happened there? You started talking a little bit about it. It took too long to make that rotation, huh?
Yeah, generally when people take that B port over to A, they just rush it down into through showers, right? Instead, they go basically all the way over to A short instead. And on the way, they get spotted out by, I believe, the Cypher camera. There's a bolt on one of them. And that allowed the defenders to get over to CT spawn in heaven. So they've already got the angle set up, and they don't even have the bomb down yet.
Revealing area.
I hate this angle. I think you're way too close with this op.
The timing on it is really odd, right? Because if the person reacts like fast enough, they can catch you when you try to retreat through the window. Yep. If they're fast enough, and like their initial instinct is, I'm chasing this guy. Mm-hmm. So it can be a little bit dangerous, but how many people honestly respond that way?
That's fair. Plus, if you go for the chase, maybe there's somebody lying in wait. I feel you. It's a rough one for sure. Players line up. Oh no! Thief, Physic, Stellar, and Physic again. Way to French just lined up there. And
yeah, Thief. just stealing the show. Now he's 17-17. That doesn't seem like a great KDA, but you know, after that first half, they are really clawing back, and so making up for that huge deficit. Taking a look, he's positive. A Proto, who's the second frag, isn't even positive on the team. He's 15-16 right now. Hoppin is though 14-13. But again, this is just the result of a disastrous first half.
Been a little bit rough. This is how you claw back into it. Physic here. Two players are going to look to double peek this. So the third and the fourth. A quad peek would be the way to go versus physics. Ooh, pop. Oh, the missed shot. All that for nothing. And some information gathered. Thief finds number 18, but 2. Make that 3. Are put out by Way Too French as they look for their 12th round victory. Spike dropped, and Spike going to be planted here. Only one player left to play defense, and that's that. Thrifty as the eco round survives, and it's a 12-9 scoreline.
Massive come-ups, and that's kind of what you can do, especially when you've got such an offensive ultimate like Sova's, able to pick up frags with that, and really going to help them out into this round now. They do have the operator in the hands of Mill. Physics, once again, with that on the opposite end. But Mixup now, even if they win this round, if they take 2 heavy losses, Way to French still have like 2, possibly 2 extra rounds with full buys, try and close it out before we're sent into overtime.
So, an uphill battle, you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Every round is basically going to be a rifle round, unless, like, if Way to French don't commit to the operator every single round, they should be able to get, like, rifle buys going into this.
Spread. Way Too French doesn't really seem to have a straight up plan on this one. One's going to push slowly near A site. Mill's going to keep his distance. Spike and a couple of players heading towards B. Cypher looking for the flank opportunity and might get caught out here up in mid. Nano pushing into Hookah. Sees him. Oh, no. Oh, no. Players caught. And Way Too French. 3 players strong versus Mixup's 4, making the rotation towards A site. A Proto is high and able to get 1. Tosses down the showstopper. Can't find anyone in there and showers. Frantically falling back. 1 player on site. And the nade going to be tossed out as well. A Proto gets the player trying to rush him. Milio puts it down on the floor. And there are 3 players to look for it and use by himself. That's 1. Oh, can't find the other 2. Mixup's going to grab round number 10 here.
They get the win, but the fact that they lost so many. They lost 3 players, weren't able to res anyone back in just for the eco at the very least. And Way Too French got them to commit a lot into that one. They got that Cypher ultimate out as well. And so this is where the economy hurts. Take a look. Stellars should be able to be bought for, but again, Way Too French. They should have plenty of money even going to the next round. And so they can just try and wear away at Mixup going into the 24th round if they have to. But this time around, I think this is where they really do want to close it out. They've got the Brimstone ultimate along with that res to try and play for the trades at the very least, and then close it out. There's 3 players on B site for Mixup here, and it's 3 of the best at holding the site down.
Smoke's down.
Two players defending A, where the majority of Way Too French players are. 3, and the 4th going to be rotating. Cypher by himself over at B, trying to play distraction. Lopsided numbers in Way Too French's favor, but Hoppin is going to start it off and use answers back. So only 1 player on the defending team here on the site. A Proto going to be walked into and does the walking. Nice job there from Mixup's Raze player. 2 kills for them. And a third, potentially stuck in trouble. Gone.
That's not how I saw that round going at all whatsoever for way too French. So they committed on to, well, first, not holding that angle for where Hoppin was. It was a little bit awkward, especially when you're running out trying to use utility at that point. And so you're not ready to go for that trade. That was one pretty big mistake, I would say, coming up from Waiter French on that execute. So Hoppin got a free kill, which ultimately did go down. But the fact that they didn't use or didn't clear out U-Haul or something with that orbital strike, instead coming a little bit later when they took their losses, it made no sense. So now way too French. Their opportunities are slipping here going to the final round. This last force up, it doesn't look the absolute strongest. I thought they would have a little bit more money. They didn't get the bomb plant that time around. And so that does affect them quite heavily here, as it's going to be a 4-man push. Showstopper actually just whipping onto the car.
Not great. Hop in here, put some smokes down. Where there's smoke, there's fire. But where there's spike, there's nothing. And it goes down. Ooh, shotgun's going to be good here. So a nice range.
He could be holding this angle a little bit more aggressive, I believe. But right now, the slow lurks. Melio gets one. Hoppin answers back, and Stellar's going to be able to res.
Wow. All the way back and forth. Now, all of a sudden, it's a 2-on-1. Brimstone, the only one alive. Hoppin fakes. Incredible is able to grab one. Incredible needs to find the second. Has a loose idea of where the player is. Spray, and we'll see you another day. 13. And that's game 1 going the way of Way to French.
That was way too close, though. What do they have?
No.
A 9-3 lead?
Way to French.
Yeah, but they had a 9-3 lead, right? Going into the half?
Yeah, you're right.
They had a 9-3 lead going into the half.
Yes.
And